Alright, you sons of bitches, we got a good one for you today. As you can see, we have leveled up. We are up, doing big things. We got one for you today. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and how old you are.
Okay. My name's Third Degree Burns, 3DB. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm 32 years old.
Alright, how'd you get your name? How'd that come about?
That's a play off the name. The last name is Burns.
Okay.
Right? And over time, I'd say from when I started doing music and all that, I tried to keep it kind of with the name. So the first one was Dr. B, my initials, DRB.
Okay.
And then I went to Third Degree, and then Third Degree Burns. And yeah, Third Degree, it goes back to my youngin' years with my brother playing football and all that stuff. So I kind of stole that.
Yeah.
I stole that from him with the Third Degree and took it. And then to spit some game, after doing the Dr. B and Third Degree and Third Degree Burns, I figured out that you have to have some uniqueness behind that name. You know what I'm saying? If you want any online presence or anything like that, or you want something to stick out that's different, and somebody will be able to search you and find it, it needs to be completely different than everybody else. So that Third Degree Burns and then 3DB, of course, off that, put that at the end, and then that's how you got the name.
That worked out?
Yep.
Okay. How long have you been rapping with that?
I've been rapping since, I mean, we were youngins out there, just the freestyling game and all that. But I started writing after 13, 14, 15 years old and all that, and then never really got in the studio until about 18.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'd say 18.
18.
That's when I started hitting the studio, and still even then it was just going to the studio to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing too serious with it. But yeah, that's when I started.
Okay.
Yep.
And when you were 18, are you paying money to go to the studios, or like a homie's house?
Yep, paying. Out in actually Salem and Kaiser area, there was a couple different studios. I had Bonsai Studios, and then I got the homie who I work with now, Mathematics. He's out in Kaiser, and that's where I do all my work right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So with that, at 18, you're paying for them. You're feeling like, okay, you're gonna have to start really doing something here because you're paying for your time now.
Yeah.
So you're taking it serious.
Just getting started.
Yeah.
Going to pay it. I mean, there was no plan. You know what I'm saying? There's no plan behind anything. It was just going to the studio, dropping a song, and then putting it on a page and nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Just kind of
Yeah,
going
no
with
mission behind it, no purpose. You know what I'm saying? It was just I'm getting the music down. That's my venting. You know what I'm saying? That's my therapy.
Yeah.
Cliche.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it wasn't really serious back then. And I think just over the past couple years, over the past year or so, that I've really seen, that change of perspective. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I need to, if this is what you're gonna do, and this is your purpose, and this is how you're gonna do it, then go all out at it and stop playing, and stop expecting something from something you're not fully putting the work in and getting it done like that. So yeah.
There you go. Okay. So now you're ready to you're really putting it in the last 2 years. Have you just been, like you said, the guy, who'd you say you were really doing your work with now? Mathematics.
Yeah.
So is he producing beats or just recording you?
He produces beats and stuff like that, and I've got one from him before and stuff like that. But I work with a few different producers that I just found even with the YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then I found that lane of music that's kind of my style, and then I've been going to them and then buying the beats from them.
Okay.
And then taking it back to him, having it recorded, and mix and mastered and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
And with that, what is your style? What would you say your style is to go with these beats?
I'd say it's pretty versatile when it comes down to it. It's more down south beats. I'm a sucker for the electric guitar.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's my jam right there. So down south, and heavy influence from down south, East Coast music, Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Like UGK, Boosie, Webby, Locks. Jadakiss, all that lane of music right there. So it's aggressive, bar heavy, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can still sit back with that Cadillac music and swing, you know what I'm saying? So it's that, yeah. So I'd say, yeah, down south, the Midwest chop, you know what I'm saying? I can go fast on it, and And I'd say predominantly, yeah, it's that aggressive, bar work. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you gotta have some bar work in it. So.
How long were you down in the Midwest? Like, were you in St. Louis?
Yeah,
St.
St. Louis, and all the sub-cities, but St. Charles, you know what I'm saying? But anybody outside of the city is gonna be familiar with St. Louis.
St.
Like,
Louis.
yeah, St. Charles, St. Louis, Bridgeton, St. Anne, Overland is where I started whenever I went there and all that good stuff. So, all the surrounding area.
And how long have you been up here in the Pacific Northwest?
Lived here for, it's been a minute. I'd say, what is it? 13, 14 years for, yeah, and then tour was actually set in here, here living.
New now?
Yeah, Salem area. And,
So when you got up here, was it a trip from Midwest to Portland vibe of like,
culture shock.
the music, especially the music?
Different coming to West Coast, and I'm not knocking no West Coast, nothing like that. I'm just not a big fan of it because, I mean, I'm just about that bar work. About that bar work. So the East Coast music and down south and Midwest and coming here, it was a culture shock all the way around, music included. So but there's still some nice MCs out this way. And
and out here, who are the people when you grew up? Who were you listening to? Like you said, Boozy. Or was it just
UGK?
All those
was
things.
a big one. Pimp C, Bun B, and then that goes right down the line of they found Boosie and Webby and all that stuff, and then Jadakiss and the Locks up D Block. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And nowadays even Millie's. You know what I'm saying? Co-signed by Jadakiss and all that. It's like the music that I used to listen to and still listen to is. I mean, it kind of trickles down in a way like that to where it's like these people are finding people that are in that genre, in that lane. So, all that. And then West Coast, of course, you got your, the Chronic and, you know what I'm saying, the old school stuff like that. But I was more heavy on that East Coast and getting into that bar work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you keep saying that bar work, and I'm a big perpetual of, you got
lyrics.
Yeah, and I've heard the shit, and you got bars, I know that. What do you feel coming from the Midwest to here? What do you to set yourself apart from other artists? What do you feel you need to do or do?
I feel like just have a different delivery. You know what I'm saying? So being that different or being a different artist coming from there to here, and just really setting the tone as far as taking it serious first of all. So like I said before, that purpose. You know what I'm saying? If you're really gonna get into something, be about it and live it out. And this is all real to me. The music I make is straight from the heart, straight from experience, straight from people I know who are going through it and all that. And it's coming from nothing. So it's deep, and I don't play around with it. And that's so I think that, and then the versatility with it to where I can hop on a West Coast beat too, and then ride it like I'm down south or back in the Midwest or whatever, and then I can put some speed on it, some lyricism on it, and just and get it in. So
Have you dropped a mixtape?
Yes, dropped a mixtape, but even then, I mean, I dropped a couple of them.
Okay.
And
when did you drop your first one?
That was I was 21.
Okay.
And that was out here, and Through the Storm was what it was called.
Okay.
But even then, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was me going to the studio, recording music, and not having a plan laid out for it, not having no blueprint, not doing nothing like that. So it was like, I'm gonna compile these songs and put them on this and call it a mixtape, you know what I'm saying? And then don't get the result I want, you know what I'm saying? Of course, because I'm sitting here playing to a crowd of fans or whatever it is on my page and thinking that's the world at the time or whatever, and it's like, it's just playing around, just bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And the mixtape, when you dropped that, go ahead.
So when you didn't get the results from that first one, were you just like, F it, I'm gonna make these next mixtapes? Were you just kind of in that 20s, were you dropping predominantly a lot of mixtapes?
No, mixtapes and then randomness, you know what I'm saying?
Just
and then
like
of course just life in between, you know what I'm saying? Life hits, so it's not a consistent schedule on what it needs to be and a polished product how it needs to be done, you know what I'm saying? It's just life hits so many spaces in between here, and then I did this and just sporadically, you know what I'm saying? Sporadically dropping shit, not doing nothing with it. I drop it and say, oh, I'm dropping it on this date, and I dropped it and nothing. You know what I'm saying? And expect like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
There was no big rollout
what's going on?
plan.
Yeah, no plan, no nothing behind it, and it's just, and I really look back at it, and it's like, what was I expecting from it? You know what I'm saying? You really gotta take a look in the mirror and say, okay, what am I doing and how am I doing it? Why am I expecting this off something that I'm not fully putting that work into like that? So lazy, you know what I'm saying? Life, lazy, just all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So it's just no organization whatsoever.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just
I feel you, yeah, because I mean,
was.
life kicks in, man. There's times there's like, this shit is back burner compared to what the fuck I'm dealing with.
Right.
And there's no problem with that at all. Like, everybody has to, because there's a lot of people that will just, I mean, you can fight through the music and it can be inspiring to you, but a lot of times it could be like, yeah, I don't have enough mental capacity to be working on this shit when I got this going on. So it is a good time to like, look, let me come out when I have full vengeance and I can get this shit cracking.
Or money, you know what I'm saying? Or putting the money behind it and all that. And
now this time you gotta pay for yourself.
right.
You know, it's one of those things you gotta invest in yourself, and the more you do, you'll start to see changes immediately. You're just like, oh shit, I fuck with this dude and this dude on the just friend shit, and that got me this, and this.
That's the right word for it. Investing in yourself when it comes down to it. And that's what I've never did in the past with the music. You know what I'm saying? It's I wasn't going full blown like I need to. You know what I'm saying? And like what's gonna roll out here to come. So
With that, also, were you doing shows at all down in the Midwest?
I did a show down there, opened up for Twista.
Oh, nice.
Yep, down at the Mad Magician downtown in St. Louis. And I did shows, all around here, Portland, Salem area. Opened up for Burner down in Grants Pass and all that.
Oh,
and then I think my favorite place was Seattle, off of First Avenue. It was Central Saloon.
Yep.
And it was with this tour, Get Money, Stop Hating. Yep, Get Money, Stop Hating tour. And I mean, just the vibe of Seattle and the streets at that time and all. I mean, just
First Street is just poverty.
Mariners game letting out. I mean, it's almost 1, 2 in the morning and the street is just flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people coming in and out of there, and it was just I think Seattle's my favorite. But yeah, mostly the Pacific Northwest. Did a show down there in St. Louis, and that's really about it. Just hit and misses. But yeah, the Twista one was nice down there.
Okay.
And yeah.
And with this new rollout you're talking, do you have yourself thinking shows, or are you really thinking now, I gotta get mixtape, EP, albums? Is it to you, I need to get studio first, or I gotta hit the road first?
Yeah, I'm not too focused on the road shows or anything like that. Like if something comes up and it fits, then it is. That'll be good, but that is not the focus right now. It's really the back end working right now, just getting to the business side as of recent, and then figuring all that out. Like I was saying, the uniqueness behind the name and the platforms, and if you want that online presence, because I mean, now day and age, man, it's online. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you hit the shows and all that, you get that PR time in person. But online, if you got to find that lane, you got to find that fan base that you're looking for, that's your target audience.
Yeah.
And then go after it. And then from there, whenever I start building up that, then I'll maybe do it, think about a different approach on hitting the road or shows outside the city and all that stuff. Yeah.
What do you feel about this new, it seems like they say, the average attention span of the new genre is about 12 seconds. So they say that short form media, where it's a lot of, I get asked everything vertically now, not wide, so it's going straight to their socials. Type, these TikTok trends, but have them in rap form, put the video up, rap a song you're working to, do a little short form. You don't got to pay for videographer, you don't have to just do it on your own. You could have the first 1 minute of a song, chop that up into 10, 11 second parts. What do you feel about, does that seem like?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to be using it, you know what I'm saying? You got to go with the times, of course. So, I mean, that being said, it's, building up to whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to reveal too much, but it's, like you said, chopping it down and that build up and ramping up to what you're doing, then that's what gets it ready to get pushed out there, not just to throw a post out there, all right, I'm dropping this April 20th, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is, and then you drop it, and that's it. So the new day and age and how people are doing it, and that free promo, I'm all behind it. I'll do it, I'll chop it up, going back to the old school shit, chopping that up, so yeah.
Well, because I just think there's so much usage you can do for yourself. A lot of artists where they feel like, oh, I gotta be in the $3,200 studio. I gotta be in the $900 an hour fucking this. When it's like, you know, we all seen movies been shot with iPhones. We've all seen dudes record off a mic off of a just $25 microphone. You know, like we're from the old school. We're gonna get it done regardless.
Right.
And what do you feel about, what is your thing when you record? What do you feel you need when you record? Are you a big studio record guy? Or are you like just, I want what I want in my little zone and I can just have that?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I want what I want, and I'm very well rehearsed when it comes down to it. So when I come to the studio, I don't even want the paper, I don't want the phone, I got it all up here, I got it ready, delivery-wise and all that. So I'm coming in and just ready to go in that zone, you know what I'm saying? Throw the beat on, we'll spit over it a couple times, you know what I'm saying, just to get the voice all ready and get going, and then I'm stepping up to the mic like it's, you know, like I'm about to start.
Game time.
Yeah, that aggressiveness right there, you know, that 1 foot forward, you know what I'm saying, just ready to go, and I just,
nice.
get in that zone.
Okay. And with this new rollout and this new vibe getting, I noticed that when I get into something, I start doing the research on other people getting into shit, whatever, like, I want to shoot this lens. I start looking at people using this lens, seeing what's out there. Are you looking at artists that are in the Pacific Northwest? Do you have artists that you really follow, or you're like, damn, this kid's really putting in work right now? Or
no, I'm not focused on anybody.
Nobody.
Anybody. I'm not even. I mean, like I told you before, I have influences and stuff like that, and people who I listen to and all that. But I can't even go to a show like that or a concert without feeling some type of way inside that I should be on the other end. I'm not, you know, I'm not a fan. I'm not a, you know, stuff like that. And not that I'm not a fan and people can't do it and shit like that, but I'm so in my own lane and not focused on anybody else because I know what I'm capable of at the end of the day and have that confidence to get out there and say, you ain't fucking with me like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. And it's just, it's the good old cliche, me versus me. And that's what it is. I'm not focused on nobody else. Nobody.
So, also though, you're gonna have to put yourself out there.
Right.
You're gonna have to come to shows, and this is one thing that it's the Portland. It's
Portland.
Yeah. If you don't scratch my back, I'm not scratching your back.
That's business. I get it.
And if I got you 2,000 views and I only got 19 off of that shit,
right,
I'm not fucking with you no more because you fucked up my business.
Yeah.
And that's the weird part about it. Where it's like, look, bro, you got what came to you. I got mine too.
Yeah.
But there'll be people, well, how come when you fuck with them, theirs did better than when you fuck with me? That's on you. Like you said, you came prepared. If the numbers didn't match up, that's on you.
Right.
Looks like homie was more prepared than you.
Yeah.
You know, so with that too, there is a lot of networking you're going to end up just eventually doing. You're going to be at these places because they're going to be like, hey, you're going to get with producers who got people that have shows who want, you know, it's like I said, they want them packed out. They want it looking good, you know.
Right.
So pretty soon you will start seeing these rappers, and you'll start.
And I have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've done tracks and talked to them and stuff. I'm just in such a mode right now at
Yes.
this point in time to where it's like.
Those are you got to them as victims.
Right.
You know, that's how I like.
Yeah.
I take this video shit seriously, and other videographers, we dap it up, but you're my meat. I'm like pause and
it's
shit,
a business,
but
you know what I'm saying?
it's food.
It is a business, and if you're taking shit personal out here like that, you're in the wrong game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like in the rap world, it should be like dead ass serious at all times. Like I'm just old school 90s NBA type shit. Like I'm blocking out, I'm throwing bows. This is my shit. But I see a lot too now where you get a motherfucker signed off likes. You get a motherfucker signed off hype.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll pay the $700 so I can open up right behind every massive artist. Hopefully you know what you're doing because that's a lot of money. And if you're ready, if your beats and shit are ready, then boom. You got a view that's going to get you got a look that looks like, Jesus Christ, that kid's looking like that?
Right.
Because the show looks like that, but you know they're only popping out June, July.
Right.
Summerfest, Jam Fest.
Yeah.
And they're paying the $1,200, $1,300 for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they're not really, you know what I'm saying, grinding it out to get there.
Yeah, the pay, like.
You know, because your grind, my grind is like, we're just going to go in and place is going to let us spit it and just keep spitting it, let my work do the talking. I can give a fuck if there's one person in a crowd.
Right.
And that's where to me, that goes a long way in the Pacific Northwest.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
And I got no problem with, ticket sales and stuff like that. You put some tickets in my hand, I'll sell them. You know what I do with that. But I am fighting for that spot right before. You know what I'm saying? Right before. And that's what I haven't seen in a big amount or in amount of the time of the competition and all that. You know what I'm saying? Is they're not really caring about getting right before it. It's like if I get an opening spot, I'll just pay and that's it. Me, I'm hungry for that right before. I'm hungry to sell the tickets and pack it out just like just like they're trying to do. Because at the same time, we're all up here performing. We're all up here trying to gain that fan base. And what is your approach to that at the end of the day? So,
what is your thoughts on features and getting on people's tracks?
Like bigger artists? Are you talking about local artists or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of conflicted, and this has been a topic for me to where I've been thinking of, I've seen specials where people throw this out for this, and we'll give you a verse and all that, and it's just so saturated. If I'm gonna collab with somebody, I'm gonna want to go down to the studio with them in person. You know,
Organic.
Yeah, organic, and get down there and do it and prove myself. I guess you'd say like that. So, yeah, I'm kind of conflicted on the whole pay and just send me a verse or whatever it is and all that stuff. Now if you're vibing or something like that and you got some homies and you're just going to the studio and dropping something, I mean that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But when we're talking about money and investments, I think I'll take the long way. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Would you make a motherfucker redo his track?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, or I pull out myself, yeah.
Okay.
And let them know that if it's not, yeah.
Okay, because I'm...
Especially at this point, you know what I'm saying?
There's no need to fuck around at all.
I'm not about playing with it anymore, and that will soon be seen. You know what I'm saying?
What do you feel about rapping over vocals?
Shows, doing it like that, I feel, I've done it. I've rapped over vocals, through the track out there, but then getting that experience in and being right there with the mic and speakers and all that good stuff and the sound and all that, I started putting together show mixes to where the hook would be on there and then there'd be bar points, you know what I'm saying, on there, just turning down volumes here and there and stuff like that. But I see the controversy behind it. And people saying, you're not this if you rap over your stuff. Like, okay, I get it, but I think it's to each their own at the end of the day, But you have to get out there and gain that experience to even know what the hell it means or know what the difference is. You got stars out here who are playing the music in the background because everybody knows it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then whenever you think about it, like I mentioned the bar work and all that good stuff, whenever I'm up there trying to perform like that and just going off, and if it's just the beat in the background with no bar point, turn down vocals in the background or anything like that, it's hard to get every amount of energy I need to give to the crowd when it comes down to it. So I'll have the hook going fully, and then I'll turn down some volumes, bar points to where that gives me a breath, and then I can get back in. But I'm trying to do that for give that performance and let people feel that energy when it comes down to it. So
I've noticed some of these groups out here that when they do go just live, the response is literally 10 million fold. Like it's
when they go live,
like with just the beat, like normal. Like I mean, I don't even know. No disrespect. I don't know what I'm calling it, but you see it. You see the shit shared, and you can hear the breath control and the fucking. It's just different. Especially, I mean, it depends too. I mean, to me, it's time and place. If I'm at a fucking festival, we're outside of the fucking park, and I'm gonna you know the song. I'm gonna let the song get the vibe in. And I'm just going to kind of do my thing. I'm going to swing my chain, show my new shit off, and I'm going to be up there.
No, that makes sense. Yep.
But, like, to me, Star Theater, they have a wonderful fucking sound system. Big Lebowski, wonderful fucking sound system.
Yeah.
Those two places, when you go raw, pause, it sounds fucking beautiful. A lot of those, when you put your shit over that mix, it's horrible. As a videographer, I'm filming that all I'm hearing is just this muddled cramming of the bass and the treble.
Yeah.
I get for superstars, I gotta get in, get out. I'm already getting paid $60,000 just to be here, so fuck it. But yeah, I do notice that, especially in this area, when you go live, it gets a mega response.
Yeah.
Now, when that song starts to click and starts banging, Go up there and just swing them chains and play that shit.
It's like college to pros. You know what I'm saying? You know how hard the college peeps are working, and then they get to pros and kind of let up a little bit and do what they want with it, and have some free reign behind it. So yeah, I get exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with all this, your battles through there, you know, having to pause, get back on, and this and that, you've obviously battled a lot through all this rap shit. You've seen a lot, probably. What are positive notes you can give to the youth coming up, or people that are looking to get into this rap shit? What are some positives, do's and don'ts that you think that if you would have known, it would have saved you some time?
Yeah, I think being, you know, everybody's gonna do their own thing at the end of the day, but being authentic and staying in your lane, in which you know where you're at and where you're from and all that. Don't talk about the streets and like you're about the streets if you know if you're not from it or know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
So I think the big major thing is just staying in your lane, you know, and if that's some R&B rapping about the girls, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do it and do your thing, and you know, much respect to you and all that. But I think just stay in your lane and be ready for that it's not going to be on your time. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you really got to put that work in like anything else. I mean, nothing's easy at the end of the day. So whether that's rapping or going to get another job or both, you know what I'm saying? You got to put that work in. Okay.
So last couple questions. What are some projects you have coming out? Like, do you have any singles? Do you have anything you're working on at this moment with a deadline date or anything?
I think I'm going to focus on singles for a minute, you know, but I'm just gonna let my work speak. You know what I'm saying? I'm done talking. I've talked, you know, before in the past and said this and I'm gonna drop this and do this, and then it didn't happen because something else or whatever it was. But I'm just done talking and
you ready to go?
Yeah, it's about to be laid out, and you and the people just have to see.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, fucking A. Shout out anybody want a shout out. Let them know what's up.
Okay. Well, shout out to all the youngins. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. They're not even just trying to do this rap shit, but I mean just live life. You know what I'm saying? It's about the grind and just to keep it going and get up every single day and do it whether you feel like you lost or not. So, yeah, I mean my peeps know who they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to give no shout outs or anything like that. They know who's on their side, and I'm right here. And if you want to find me, you know, even go Google it right now. You know, 3rd Degree Burns.
Yeah, let them know your socials.
Yep, 3rd Degree Burns, 3DB, all lowercase. You just space them out in between. But you know, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff, and TikTok even. So yeah, you'll be seeing some new content here soon. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Hella glad to have you up here, man. Hella glad to have you up here.
Appreciate you having me.
He's a fucking favorite of mine. You really need to check this boy out. Like, he's a killer. Real fucking killer.
Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for getting this place. It's beautiful up here.
Yes, sir. It is.